Wow. Okay, welcome to the show, which if you can't tell by the title, it's where I ask straight friends who have never watched the show before to watch their first season of RuPaul's Drag Race. Before we start, big thanks to Delta Nutra for being our first sponsor for the show. Yay, thank you, Delta Nutra. So for those of you who don't know, Delta Nutra is known for their supplement, Essential 82, which helps with Asian glow and just liver health in general. So thanks so much, Delta Nutra. They get right into Mayhem versus Monique, which I honestly wasn't quite expecting. Leo, we all saw that you were feeling some type of way about Mayhem last episode, so what were your feelings on this whole spat?
I was not on Mayhem's side. I want to say that. I just feel like, cause it was weird because I think what she was saying didn't quite match up with her actions. Like she was saying like, oh, this isn't RuPaul's friends race. Like I'm here to win. But then in that situation, you didn't stand up for yourself. You weren't fighting to put yourself in an optimal position to shine. Just words not matching with actions, I think was kind of annoying me.
I don't know, I'm kind of on the fence. I don't want to choose one camp over the other. I do agree that like it's kind of hypocritical.
So I agree with you. At the same time though, I do think that that Mayhem did suffer underneath Monique's direction anyways, like whether or not Monique checked in with her or not. So now we go into the mini challenge where they are supposed to be photoshopped to look like they're photobombing a celebrity. I honestly think that this is just whoever the editors picked to win.
Yeah, felt like kind of a throwaway. Who won? It was Blair that won, right?
No, it was Aquaria that won.
I was with her, like, I didn't think that she deserved to win.
No, I don't think so either.
I didn't think it was creative.
The thing is, it went by so fast that like I couldn't even tell. Because me and Leo watched this last night together, and we were saying, it's like, do you even remember any of the snapshots?
She was just like squatting and bending and like looking at Kanye.
Oh, Kanye and Kim, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I felt like Miss Cracker stood out really well. I felt like when
she took that
was so funny.
Yeah.
With Serena.
That was so funny.
I like that a lot.
I just think not Aquaria.
Okay.
I'm not asking for a lot.
So we see that it's going to be, they had to come up with new looks, 3 new looks, which is Lurks. Excuse me. Alaskan Winter, Miami Summer, and Marcia and Elegance Extravaganza. I hate it when people say Elegance Extravaganza. It's so overused. But
didn't know that. Good to know. We'll never use that for anything.
I mean, you can use it. It's endearing when you guys do it because you're straight. So
we're gonna throw it into our everyday Lincoln.
So you can impress the gay men and the straight women in your life. It's generally just like a lot of workroom and then runway. So just to let you guys know, we are going to go into the runway part, but we're not going to hit on everybody because running through 33 looks is kind of a lot, and I feel like you guys would probably get tired of that anyways. So we're just gonna go through our tops and our bottoms for each category. But before we get into that, is there anything that you wanted to talk about like the workroom banter?
In the workroom, when Monet went to grab that really expensive red fabric, like right off the bat, and Asia was kind of throwing shade, like, oh, you're not even drawing on it, you're not even like planning this out, you're just ripping into it. I was like, oof, shade.
Yeah.
Shady.
I wouldn't even call it shade, I just call it facts.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I just thought it's interesting in the workroom how, because they're working on things, they're constructing things, but they're also kind of out loud being like, oh my god, this is so difficult.
Do you?
I wonder if that's like a product of it being a TV production where it's like almost inviting like interaction from the other contestants.
Totally, I think it is.
I think
creating like possible avenues for like conflict or drama.
Blair had a lot more like
stuff to say.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And she had a lot more attitude and like
I was here for it. I'm here for Shady Blair.
I like that.
Yeah, Shady Blair.
Right, like Dusty Ray's outfit.
And then she was like, people are like kind of looking at me as an underdog, but I'm okay with that. I was like, and just like her facial expressions and everything, I was like, oh, okay, like building more character to her.
Because it's mainly just been the people who are mad at each other and like, mitts. Blair seems like she actually has a lot of training under her belt and like she's very professional.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And she's been so consistent, just like
super consistent. I appreciate that they keep Miss Vanjie alive. Miss Vanjie. All right, so yeah, let's get into the runways.
The themes didn't really make sense to me. Like
I know.
I don't know. I think we were like, it's just because we're straight and unknowing.
I was like, oh, it's gonna be like, you know, making stuff out of like garbage, like reusable, like being green and stuff. I'm like, oh, it's just like summer, winter, and space. Okay, cool.
Like I appreciate the effort, but it feels lackluster.
So the first category is Alaskan Winter, which means that it's hot.
My favorite, I think, from this, was Aquaria. The Lucha Libre look.
Oh my god, the Lucha Libre one was so good.
Fire.
It was so good, right?
Fire. I liked Monet's first round outfit a bit more than like the other ones.
I like Monet's color coordination, but the hair looked sloppy to me for some reason. Just like
No, I agree.
yeah, it just the way it was kind of styled.
Let's talk about Vixen real quick.
The Vixens?
Because I love this look a lot. I got so much Tamari from this, and I was so here for it. I'm just a
Immediately.
huge fan of Big Fan. I'm a huge fan of Big Fan.
The Vixen, I think in previous rounds too, it's like she has these really fire outfits, but she uses her props or like extensions of her outfits in like little movement flares that also
It's really sell
highlight
it, yeah.
that. Like the little, like the kind of the baseball bat swing of the fan.
Yeah, there were a few people that just looked a little bit pedestrian.
Like was it Cameron? Like I mean, she looked great. Don't get me wrong. Like smoking hot body, like you're killing it. But I mean, you can go to a beach and see like we live in California. We can go to a beach and see like identical copies of that. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like that Lucha Libre. You're not gonna find anybody in Santa Monica wearing
Right.
that.
Yeah.
It's almost like right out of a Comic Con.
I know.
almost. Yeah.
Okay, for Jesse Ray Bottoms, immediate. What did you think?
The hair reminded me too much of Slash. I was like, I wanted to like bring out a guitar and like rock it because of the hair and the huge the hat and the
Sweet
huge curly
child
hair.
of mine.
Horrible. I hated it. I hated everything about it.
Yikes!
Fierce opposition.
Like
from Chris Lau.
I think Michelle was right. Like the ornate hat, along with like just how plain the rest of it looked, it was stupid.
Right.
I didn't get S&M out of this at all.
Was it supposed to be?
That's what she said.
Oh.
She has like a whip.
RuPaul was my top.
I was just
What is that? So sick.
when RuPaul first came out, we were like, wait, which contestant is this? Like,
Yeah, I know.
And we realized it was RuPaul. I was like, oh.
I agree with you. I love the like she's giving me a lot of like Lisa Frank space.
Yeah. Me and Andrew were saying like almost Daft Punk.
Yes.
Yeah, totally Daft Punk.
Kind of.
And the second category is Miami Summer, which means that it's cold because climate change.
Yeah, Monique's pink furry look in particular, I actively really did not like that look. It just had no shape for me. It looks to me like the physical manifestation of a middle-age crisis. Yeah.
Oh!
So
Yeah. I was gonna say, I
You
mean,
feel strongly about this too. Why the fuck are you telling me that I feel
Yeah, I
strongly
know.
about this shit?
it's just this one I feel really strong.
No, I mean, like it was one of those things where I was like, oh, this is interesting. But then as I kept looking at it, I was like, yeah, this is just.
But it's like you're visually trying to like, oh, maybe it's like you're grasping at straws.
Yeah.
visually to try to find something.
You like Monet's?
yeah, I thought the crown was killer. Gave me a lot of like Lion Witch and Wardrobe vibes. That the Ice
Sure.
Witch. I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is an example of a fur look where you have something else texture-wise that's contrasting. Like you have the fur that's soft, and then you have the crown that's very angular and sharp. Whereas the other Yeti middle life crisis look, it was just furry and soft.
Who also killed the fur look? I thought Blair's look was really great as well.
Really? That tired ass fur coat? Also, those shoes. Oh my god, those shoes are horrible. The shoes are horrible.
I guess, yeah.
I can see that.
It's definitely something that you could see someone wearing just on the streets, but
It's like Dalmatians almost.
Okay, yeah, no, I
I
get
was,
that.
I was thinking 101 Dalmatians. That's
Okay,
kind of the vibe
alright.
that I got, like Cruella de Vil almost.
I'm sorry, the shoes ruin everything for me. They're like
Oh,
they're
okay.
like cold shoes. I think Aquaria killed this. Aquaria like fucking blew everybody out of the water because everybody was going for like Winter Queen Wonderland thing, but she just like came out of the woodworks with like she said that she hand dyed these.
Yeah.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
The one that we have on screen right now, Dusty Ray Bottoms, this was kind of, I don't know, something about it just looks almost cheap.
What? Are you kidding me?
I just see that kind of fabric that you can buy at like those Chinese like markets.
Okay, but
you know?
like
I don't know if that's where you're coming
It
from.
almost,
but-
yeah, it almost looks like cheap Chinese candy wrapper.
okay, but like the way that she constructed it, I feel like she makes it look expensive.
No, okay, yes.
Okay.
Last but not least, we have the space one, Eureka.
Yeah, I think this was a stronger outfit from her.
What
than these last.
I'm kind of worried about Eureka is like almost all her looks are starting to look like Ursula to me. Like I'm getting Ursula vibes all the time now. And
I can see that.
Like with the hair and
Yeah, like
you know,
her hair's always like up most of the time.
Right.
Also, like those shoes, like that looks like a biscuit basket.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna mention. I feel like now that you mentioned something about the shoes last time, I'm paying more attention to shoes.
Good.
Yeah.
They're learning. Indoctrinating them. Okay, Monet Exchange.
the gas mask was kind of interesting.
Yeah, I like the gas mask.
That was cool, but I mean, someone was saying like it looked like it was falling apart on the back and everything,
Yeah.
and
I just don't like the mayo hair.
right.
I don't like mayo.
Back to the mayo. Like that's not symmetrical, right? The
That's
back-
what I was about to say. Like, look at that.
Yeah, it wasn't as tightly fitting.
By this episode, I'm so over the fact that Monet thought like all of her looks were fire and that all the judges were wrong for misjudging her.
Like when she was like, "Oh, the judges thought my sponge look was fire. I don't care what anyone."
Where's my little sponge? She pulls out that.
Yeah, where's my
little
little
talks to
sponge?
it.
Okay, no, like I love the sponge references.
The bit, yeah.
Like the bits. With Vixen.
I didn't like the leggings.
Yeah.
I agree with you. It feels so.
You agree with me?
Like all of the shiny stuff that's going on her bodice.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels so homemade.
Not extravaganza.
Aquaria, this is fire. The villain look like that. It just, I don't know. It was so cool.
Yeah, again, something I feel like I'd see at Comic-Con. Because I feel like it was kind of showing that centerpiece that she made when she was constructing, but it didn't show the kind of glasses that she made.
You're right. I mean, Aquaria always goes for superhero type looks anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I think this just works really well.
It reminds me of in like JRPGs when like someone gets hit and
Yeah.
there's like the and it has the
Right, the pow, the pow
the
effect.
pow, yeah.
Dusty Ray.
It just seemed ill-fitting for the theme, and someone said that she's giving like fairy vibes, which doesn't.
Yeah.
Which kind of is a little bit from left field, and I completely see it. I would have liked it with more hair, I think.
No, I think you're right. I think honestly it's the same problem as last time where she needed like more bigger aggressive hair going up.
More top heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Asia hair.
Like if you're gonna have balls in your head, you might as well have balls everywhere. You know, like.
You know what?
Is that what it is?
That's actually a pretty good point. Actually, I'm not saying that just because I'm gay. I think the problem is with like the two layers of skirt. Like you have this here and you have the inner skirt.
Is it too much, you think?
I think it's too much.
Okay.
Last we have Miss Cracker.
I know that she said like while in the workroom she was like, is this too obvious, like the Martian, and then you have the helmet and the jetpack in the back, like is this almost too cliche, too obvious? Maybe yes, but I feel like she hella delivered on it.
Yeah, I think, and also the use of the black lines. It's kind of similar to how Blair used the silver lines on her pink outfit. I think that for some reason it just makes it look really clean and futuristic in that same way. Sleek.
Yeah, clean, sleek, futuristic, and I think that the fact that she put glitter on the headpiece worked really well, and the fact that she also like over exaggerated her makeup, like she like put on like fake brows. We have Monet, Dusty, and Asia at the bottom.
Well, speaking about bottoms and Asia being there, I was talking to Leo about this. I was like, because she had done such a great job last week and she had set herself apart from so much of the other competition, like, do you think she might have raised the bar too high on herself and like set that standard too high on herself?
Putting the tops and the bottoms together and then having the judges commenting on them, I feel like it's so obvious who's going to be the bottom or the top.
Yeah.
Because if all
You're
the judges
right.
give rating reviews, obviously you aren't in the bottom, you know? So I wonder if that's purposely just to really contrast.
Oh, and Aquaria wins. Good job, Aquaria. I think it's well deserved.
This lip sync is definitely more challenging than the others because you have to like lip sync to a rap. Okay, first of all, Monet comes out and rips that thing like out her dress like at the very beginning. Remember what we said last week about Yua?
Okay, she didn't do it right at the beginning, but I agree with you. She could have ripped it off at another point, but
She could have saved that for dramatic.
she could have, but she didn't do it like right before the song even started. That's what Yuhua did.
Oh, true.
Monet's serving you like, you know, all these moves, and then you have Dusty Ray Bottoms like doing the Running Man. It's just like, I don't know, to me, it's just,
Yeah.
it was like laughably just...
Laughably, okay.
Just not even close.
Like, do you guys remember the part where like Monet was like faking a split drop?
Yeah.
That was so good. Tell that like
Oh my God,
no,
savage.
no.
you could tell that like
That was cold.
just Monet just knows what she's doing a lot better.
Yeah.
Dusty Ray loses. I think we're all in agreement that's the correct decision.
Yeah.
I was sad because we all saw because like we
Last
all
episode,
Yeah.
we got that like heartfelt story.
Yeah.
With the competition getting smaller and smaller, it's really, really harder to tell them, like to separate who's good and bad, because if any flukes got into the show, they're already out, right?
Yeah.
So now it's getting tough. It's getting very tough.
Yeah, I think this time, since it was mostly all individual runway looks, there wasn't, team drama, like, oh, someone else brought me down. There's all the accountability is on them individually and their looks and their construction and their performance. So I think I really like this episode in terms of, it was just a savage episode.
Thank you again to Leo and Andrew for joining me for this episode. We can't wait to see you for the next episode. Where can the people find you?
You can find me on the interwebs at Leoxia Music. That's Leoxia Music.
The interwebs, good old interwebs. I'm at Andrew Liu Music across all social media platforms.
Yep, and you can find all of our social media in the description section below. I'm going to be holding a post discussion if you guys want to talk more in depth about the outfits with me on YouNow on Sunday. So from the time this post is going to be tomorrow at 2 p.m., Sunday, 2 p.m. And also, if you're looking to help keep the show running and to help the show grow, please support the show on Patreon. Besides that, we are going to sign off. Okay, bye guys. Okay. Hey, I'm Chris.
And I'm straight.
Oh, no, you didn't do it.
Is it?
We're gonna troll you.
Both of you messed it up then. No. Oh, I see. It's a Monique reference. Now I got it.
Fucking with you.
I'm sorry, you guys are just so untalented that I can't understand it. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.